Hey Gemini, welcome to your weekly forecast for May 4th through the 10th. We're going to connect here and see what's coming up in the week ahead for Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising using this beautiful new limited edition tarot deck here. And we're going to pull a spirit message for you all from this oracle deck here. We're going to jump right on in here, see what's coming up for our lovely Geminis, Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. And just FYI guys, if you happen to like this tarot deck that I'm using this week, stick around till the end. I am offering it in a giveaway, so I'll give you guys details on how you could win it if you like it. But we're gonna see what's coming up with you guys for the week ahead. Gemini, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Alrighty, let's get to it, my dears. We do have a full moon in Scorpio happening this week. That can be some big energies. But starting off for the week, you have a nice grounded energy. So maybe you Geminis aren't getting too carried away with the full moon in Scorpio energy, which is always a good thing. It's a good thing not to get carried away. But Page of Coins, for some of you, it could indicate a younger earth sign. Okay, so in some cases, this can be quite literal, another person. If you're a parent, you could be dealing with a kid, an earth sign kid who maybe is requiring a lot of your attention this week, or they're maybe going through some stuff. They may be feeling afraid. They may be feeling insecure. They may be kind of calling on your attention. But for other ones of you, this could be an aspect of yourself. Okay, an aspect of yourself or an energy that you're dealing with in the week ahead. For me, typically, when I see Page of Coins come up in a reading, it's the energy where you're kind of restructuring your attention. You're reevaluating where you want to put your time, where you want to put your attention, what you want to be working towards. It can sometimes indicate taking up a new project. I do sometimes see Page of Coins come up when someone's really feeling tired and they want to find a smarter way to work, or they want to find a way like, okay, I need to earn a living, but like there's got to be an easier way, or how can I do this in a way that it's going to be easier on me? So sometimes Page of Coins can be alternative streams of income, ideas of bringing in extra money. I have also seen it come in with an energy around the fact of like investing, like getting smarter with your money, figuring out how to maybe, invest it or come up with some kind of a return. Some of you might really be thinking about your long-term financial goals. I just heard debt consolidation, and I heard it 3 times. So some of you might be going through some financial situations right now. Maybe you have some fears around, losing a car or losing a house, or you might have fears about keeping up with bills. So some of you maybe are seeking out some kind of financial planner or advisor, someone who's going to help you get it all under control, maybe work out like a better interest rate or something, or consolidate all of your debtors. So I just feel you guys are getting smarter about how you're dealing with your financial situation. You're getting educated about like, how to use your money, how to make it go farther for you. So that's kind of the energy that I'm feeling. I feel, Gemini, some of you are like in this situation also, where one thing I feel like you are healing or releasing in the Scorpio full moon, which means if you're healing it or releasing it in the Scorpio full moon, it means that you're going to be feeling it or remembering it a lot this week. Like it's going to be coming to your mind a lot for the sake of remembering it, processing it, and just letting it out. I feel some of you have some anger or resentment towards your parental figures or your family because you're feeling like they didn't teach you enough about money, or they made it very hard for you from a young age, like to get on your feet. Like maybe you didn't have somebody that, oh, you're 16, here's a car. You know, like, I didn't have that, you know, but it wasn't, it was, I mean, it was other circumstances, you know, that's something my parents couldn't do for me, you know, but you maybe didn't have parents, or you didn't have like a supportive family structure that, you know, taught you about credit cards and taught you about interest and taught you about, you know, how to do your taxes. And, you know, maybe from a young age, you always kind of had to put money into your family, right? And you could never quite start your life like on solid ground financially. And you're starting to do it now. And some of you are just kind of resentful that, man, I wish I would have had this under control sooner in my life, you know? And so some of you are releasing that resentment so that you're able to forgive it, to release it, to understand that, you know what? They did the best they knew how to do. They did the best with the tools that they had. You know, they didn't know any better, but I'm going to break that cycle, right? And that's something that, you know, I'm going to change with myself starting now. And those of you that have kids, you're like, I'm going to change that with my own kids. I'm going to teach them. I'm going to help them. I'm going to teach them what I'm learning. So there's just this whole relationship with money, I feel like, is a really in your mind a lot this week, Gemini. Your next card here, my darlings, is Seven of Wands. So like I said, some of you have some financial fears. You have some fears around maybe losing a car or losing a house. Depending on where you are, you might want to see if there's any forms or things you need to fill out. I know a lot of counties right now, because of what's going on, they have a rule that like you can't get evicted, or you can't lose your house for non-payment right now, because a lot of people are being affected economically by what's happening. So Seven of Wands overall is just an energy that you're able to protect that which you have and protect that which you have worked for. Even when we look at the image on the card, it's like this dragon figure here is defending or protecting their artillery here, their goods, right? Their resources, their drink, their finances, their means of protection, right? Their artillery. So there's a sense of like being protected. There's a sense of being protected or protecting or being able to hold on to what you have. I do feel, Gemini, that you might be opening up and telling people about the new direction you're going in, like these other avenues of income that you're bringing in, or debt consolidation, or, you know, like learning about how to be smarter with your money. You know, you might kind of open up and share this with people in your life, and they might be like, oh, no, you shouldn't do that. Like you should do what I'm doing, or you should do what I did. Well, you know, they should have told you sooner, right? Seven of Wands tells you, stay on your path. Don't allow anybody to deter you or pull you away or make you, you know, fall off the path that you're going on. Also, if you do have a lot of criticism, don't take it personal, and don't feel like you have to jump in and you have to like convince them that you know what you're doing, or convince them that this is the best way, because that's just taking your time and energy. Seven of Wands says save your time and energy for doing what you need to do. Don't get pulled into drama. Don't get pulled into arguing or bickering. You just stay on your path. That's all you have to do. Your next card here, my dears, is Queen of Wands. So you guys have a lot of fire energy here with the Seven of Wands, the Queen of Wands. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign, or if you have fire in your chart, that aspect of you could be coming to the forefront pretty intensely. Overall, though, regardless of whether or not there's a fire sign or fire sign energy involved, I feel the reason why you have this fire coming up is because you're going to be very driven. You're going to be very driven to make changes, okay? You guys that watch my videos regularly, you hear me talk about Ace of Cups as like this turning point where you're just so full of frustration. You're ready for change, and you're like, you know what, universe, I've learned my lesson. Like, I know now, you know, what to look out for. I know what the red flags are. I'm sick of feeling this way. I'm sick of struggling in this way. I don't want to feel this anymore. And the universe says, awesome. You know, Gemini is awake now. Gemini doesn't need to kind of be poked to be woken up. Gemini is awake. Gemini is now ready to learn from the happy karma, the positive karma, the fun lessons. So even though Queen of Wands is not Ace of Cups, I'm getting that same vibe from Queen of Wands for you guys that I typically get from the Ace of Cups. Queen of Wands in general is a card that comes up in my readings when someone is fed up, but they're also in this energy where they're like, look, I don't have time to bicker or argue or gossip or like try to get revenge from anybody. I know what my talents are. I know what I bring to the table. I know I have a lot to offer. And I'm ready to be compensated for that. I'm ready to be appreciated. Like, I want to go where I'm appreciated. I want to go where I'm celebrated. I want to go where I'm being paid fairly. Or I want to put my skills to use to, you know, make myself rich instead of working my butt off and making other people rich. You know, it's just, there's this very clear foresight, or there's just this very clear vision of, you know, how you're going to make these changes or how you're going to be moving forward. So with the Queen of Wands, it's that frustration that's pushing you to action. And one of the things I see happen with Queen of Wands is this energy moves very quickly. In fact, in May, we have very intense energies that are going to be coming in, and there's a retrograde that might be speeding up certain energies or speeding up like the movement of things. So I feel, Gemini, that some of you are really kind of harnessing that. You're taking advantage of that. You feel the energy. You feel like the heightened sense of urgency, but you're keeping your head about you, like you're keeping your head on your shoulders, and you're staying grounded, you're staying focused, and you're using that intense energy to propel you forward. You're using it in a very wise way to bring about really big changes in a really short period of time. Which is very good, right? And I think a lot of you are just doing this intuitively, simply because you're fed up and you're ready for change, right? So you're aligning yourself with these changes. Your next card here, my dears, is the Five of Coins. And I know Five of Coins is a card that scares some people, right? But the fact that this is coming up tells me with this Queen of Wands, a lot of you are doing something in terms of some kind of entrepreneurship. You're like, you know, when my job calls me again to come back, when everything goes back to normal, I don't want to go back to it. Or I don't want to go back to working for somebody else. Or some of you are in a field that has been deemed to be essential and you're viewed as an essential worker. And you're like, I don't want to do this anymore. You know, I want to find a way to work for myself. Because Five of Coins can be someone who's taking that leap into being self-employed, but there's fear, there's uncertainty, right? Anytime you step over into the realm of self-employment, you know, you might not be sure. Also, with the Five of Coins, it can come up and say, if you have the possibility, if you currently have a job, Five of Coins is saying, you know, keep working on that self-employment, but ease into it. Even though you might be frustrated, now might not be the time to go and hand in your notice at work and tell them that you quit to throw yourself into your self-employment, right? That might put a lot of stress on you. That might put a lot of pressure on you. So if you have the option to do both, even though it's tiring, Five of Coins is saying until timing changes, it might be better, right? It might be better to wait a little bit longer before taking that leap, taking that jump into self-employment, right? But at the end of the day, guys, this is a general reading, so you have to do what your gut is telling you to do. Five of Coins also, I feel sometimes it comes up as a message for people when they're very frustrated and they're like, I want to hurry up and come into my wealth, or I want to hurry up and come into my abundance. Why isn't it here? Why isn't it here? Sometimes Five of Coins lets us know that we're going through this time so that we can learn how to connect with other people. We can learn that we're a child of the universe, and to experience kindness coming in from the universe, miracles coming in from the universe, other people, being generous towards us. It's like we're meant to learn to receive in this way. Understandably, a lot of people don't like it because they're like, I want to be on my own 2 feet. I don't want to have to ask for people's kindness. I get that, but that's the whole thing. You have to be comfortable with receiving. And so sometimes 5 of Coins comes up to teach us this. Also to teach us to connect in an emotionally intimate way with others, right? If we have a lot of money, or if we're dealing with people with a lot of money, sometimes that can really kind of get in the way. Like even if we're, doing things together or hanging out, a lot can happen where, people are doing activities that are, very entertaining or very exciting, or, it pulls away from the conversation. It pulls away from the connection. But when you're doing simple things that are free, things that aren't going to cost you a whole lot of money, chances are you're connecting with each other more. You're talking more, you're interacting more. So there's this sense of opening up and letting people in when we see the 5 of Coins. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and see what's coming up for you guys with your spirit message for the week. And I encourage you guys to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do for you. If you want to click on the Calendly link, you can schedule a private reading with me there. Alrighty, my dear. So your card here for the week is Reflection. Okay, so like I said, we're going to have that full moon in Scorpio coming up. It's a really, really good time to release, right? Now, the positive thing that I will say for Gemini, based on what's come up for your weekly reading, it seems that the majority of you aren't necessarily going to be lost in a whole lot of heavy emotions. It seems you guys are very focused on how you want to reach certain goals in your career or finances, and you seem to have a really good idea of how you're going to move forward towards those. But this is going to be a good time for you to release any kind of old heavy emotions or feelings that maybe have been blocking you. So if you can make time to sit down and reflect and to listen to yourself, how do I feel? What are some of my fears? Why do I have those fears? What happened in my life to make me believe this way or think this way? Who made me feel this way? Then you can really start uncovering all of the stuff that you've pushed down, and you can release that now in the Scorpio full moon energy. And just take some time to reflect on the ways that you've made progress, the progress that you've made, the things that you've accomplished. Give yourself credit. Give yourself credit for where you are right now. It's so easy to forget how far we've come, or how much we've healed, or how much we've grown. So take a moment to give yourself credit for this as well. Again, my dears, if you would like a private reading, you can schedule with me through the Calendly link. If you want more astrology, heavier astrology guidance, I'm not an astrologer. I don't want to give you guys false information because I read the cards intuitively. I don't read them in an astrological way. I'm not an astrologer. But I did have a reading from an astrologer that really, really impressed me. And because I was so impressed with their work, I accepted them as a sponsor. And they want to give you guys unlimited 30% off their already very reasonably priced reports. So if you want to go to Truly Divine and enter the Angel 30 discount code, you can use it as many times as you want on as many reports as you want. And you can go ahead and get 30% off for astrology reports, compatibility reports, forecasts, natal chart analysis, all that good stuff. But if you want an intuitive card reading, you can schedule that with me through the Calendly link. If you want more love reading or love information, I do love and romance separate. Those are linked in the description. And if you want to win this beautiful deck that you guys saw me use this week, I'm giving away a brand new, never been opened deck with a tarot deck velvet pouch to keep the cards in, and a beautiful altar cloth with artwork by the creator of this deck to say thank you for 100,000 subscribers. I cannot believe it, guys. Thank you so very much. So I'm going to pick one person to win the tarot bundle, and I'm going to pick one person to win a free 30-minute reading with me. And so I'm going to pick the winners from the Instagram and Facebook comments. So my Instagram and Facebook are amethystangellight. Every day I post a card of the day. Every day I post a pick a card little game. And, you know, just from the people commenting on those, I'm going to see who jumps out at me. And I'm going to pick 2 winners. One person will win a deck. One person will win a reading. And guys, let me know if there's things you're interested in winning or things that you think might be a cool prize. Let me know, because I do appreciate you all. I do want to continue the giveaways every month. And so anything you guys might enjoy, I'm interested in hearing about that. I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. I'm wishing you a wonderful week, my dears. Take care, Gemini.